There's a certain kind of pain that doesn't come from wounds or harsh words. It comes from giving, from pouring your heart out, from caring without holding back. You tell yourself you don't expect anything in return. That kindness, love, and attention should be freely given without the weight of expectation. And yet disappointment creeps in, not because you wanted repayment, but because deep down, all you ever hoped for was to not regret it. Ernest Hemingway once wrote, "When I give you my attention and offer you kindness, I do not expect anything in return. All I need is not to regret, just not to regret." But what happens when you do regret it? When you look back and realize that your care was overlooked, that your presence was taken for granted, that all the effort, the time, the moments of self-sacrifice meant nothing to the person you gave them to. It's not the loss that hurts the most. It's the realization that you gave something priceless to someone who never even noticed. And this is where the real conflict begins, because you weren't expecting grand gestures in return. You weren't asking for anything. All you needed was for your giving to matter. But it didn't. Disappointment doesn't always hit like a storm. Sometimes it comes quietly, like a slow erosion of trust, a subtle shift in how you see the world. You start questioning yourself. Was I too naive? Did I give too much? Was I foolish to think they would care as I did? And then something changes inside you. You begin to hesitate before giving. You stop reaching out first. You learn to hold back. Not because you've become cruel, but because you've realized that not everyone deserves your generosity. This is how people change. This is how the warm-hearted become guarded. How those who once loved freely start building walls. It's not out of bitterness. It's survival. Hemingway's words are a quiet warning. Because even when we say we expect nothing in return, we still have an unspoken wish that our kindness won't turn into regret. But here's the truth. Not everyone sees value in what they receive. Some will take without gratitude. Some will drain you without a second thought. And some will only realize your worth when it's too late, when you've already walked away. So what do? Do you stop giving? Do you let the world turn you cold? Do you become the very thing that once hurt you? No, that's not the answer. The answer is not to stop giving, but to give wisely. To stop watering gardens that never bloom, to stop offering your heart where it's only met with indifference. Generosity should never be about proving your worth to someone who doesn't see it. It should never feel like begging for recognition. The moment your kindness feels like a transaction, the moment you feel yourself waiting for acknowledgement, it's time to step back. True giving comes from abundance, not from emptiness. You cannot pour endlessly into others while neglecting yourself. And the harshest truth of all, sometimes people won't appreciate you until you stop showing up, until your silence speaks louder than your words, until your absence is felt more than your presence ever was. And by then, you will have already moved on. So ask yourself, how much of your giving is truly selfless, and how much of it is a quiet hope that this time you won't be left regretting it? If this resonates with you, let me know in the comments. And if you want more deep reflections like this, make sure to subscribe, because sometimes the words we need the most are the ones we don't say out loud.